Now, Greece remains a concern for ratings agency Fitch, which says that after 2 downgrades, it will continue to keep the country on negative watch. CNBC's Stefan Pedrazzi spoke to Brian Coulton, the head of EMEA Sovereigns and Global Economics at Fitch, to find out more about why the agency is quite so concerned.
We've lowered our ratings by 2 notches in the last few months, and we still have the rating on negative outlook. What happened in 2009 was clear evidence of very poor public finance management, and relatively little deterioration can be explained by the global recession and the global crisis.
Do you feel, like the French finance minister Christine Lagarde, that Greece is not a systemic risk for Europe?
It's a pretty small economy. As a share of Eurozone GDP, it's still very low, about 3%. So directly, I don't think it's a big risk for the broader euro area. But I think it's very important in terms of the SGP and the credibility of the SGP, that the pressure which is being put upon Greece by France and Germany and other Eurozone members is seen to work.
What about your opinion on the PIGS country, Portugal, Ireland, Greece and Spain? You've changed your rating recently for some of them. Is there a risk that you would change it again in 2010?
We do have Portugal on negative outlook. We've downgraded Ireland, but Ireland is a country where clearly the risk has gone up a lot. It was AAA, it's now AA-, but the policy response has been very strong in terms of fiscal tightening, and the plan, the NAMA plan, I think is going to stabilise the banking system. So we actually got a stable outlook on Ireland. Spain is going through a very harsh economic adjustment. One of the things which is concerning us at the moment is the pace at which government revenues are declining in Spain, although part of that is explained by discretionary easing. The Spanish government did announce a very strong stimulus package late 2008 into 2009, and that's part of the story, but it's gone beyond that, and that is the main thing that we're focusing on. They've already announced a VAT increase for 2010, but we're going to be looking very closely at the January SGP.
Globally speaking, in Europe, are you worried about the level of public deficits? In France, the budget ministers say that it would be at 8.2% of GDP in 2010.
It is, and what's interesting about France, if you look at the context, France has not been hit very hard by the global recession. The banking sector's held up relatively well to the crisis, so they haven't had the outlays that, say, the UK government has had to support the banking system. The recession's not been very deep, and yet we've still got an 8.25% deficit. If you add the special the grand emprunt to that, then you're closer to 9, maybe 10%, depending how you treat it. France went into this recession and global crisis with a very high level of debt relative to other AAAs.